What's going on, fellow humans and resellers? This is I, James, ReductionAgency.com. 22 years selling full-time on eBay. And what is going on?
Hey, did you subscribe to my new channel?
What are you doing hijacking my video? You have your own channel now.
I know, that's what I want to talk about.
Did I say you could promote your channel on my channel?
It doesn't matter what he says. Hey, I'll make him put the link below. Dolly does whatever. I will bring chaos upon the YouTube world.
All right, you need to get back to work. Go. Go. All right, what's going on, everybody? Don't think about go do work. All right, let's get into this. So yeah, we got a new channel. Just to be goofy on. When those weird little moments pop up in my head, I can be like, ding. Now I got a little bad joke, bad comedy, creative outlet. All right. So that's what I did yesterday. Instead of cross-listing, came up with just a creative outlet. So, all right. But yesterday, how did it go? Made it up to $797. So, good day yesterday. Did have some system errors again. But I was drafting and listing fine, though. Well, one of the system errors was listing. It was. But, let's see. I'm curious to see what the traffic split was. More normal on the organic side. 14 organic, 24 promoted. So, unlike the day before where it was only 4 organic. So, at least we were back in that realm. See what it was compared to last year at this time. I'll go here first. So $797, up 50%. Okay. All right. Well, that's positive. $38 items sold, up 36%. So good day yesterday. Will it continue today? Or no, sorry, that was compared to the day before. That was compared to the day before. I want to compare it to last year. So the day before was definitely way up. So $797 down 5.6% from last year. So 38 items sold, down 15.6%. Average per item, $21, up 11.8%. So keeping that number up where I need it to be now. And then today thus far, well, it doesn't matter what it's compared to. We're at 9:08 a.m. I'm at $93.50. So, with 5 items sold, and now my traffic report just aired out on me. With 5 items sold, 0 organic, all 5 promoted. So I'm going to start the day like that. But we got 2 more Posh orders. eBay now down 18.7%. That's not good, man. That should be going up. I think last year I broke 300,000. This year I'm probably looking at about 50 grand less than last year. Ouch. That's a big chunk. But we're not hanging out there very long. We know there's issues. We know there's problems. We hope that it gets fixed. But we're not going to worry about it. We are onward to bigger and better and greener pastures, aka Poshmark and whatever else we want to cross list to. So, after 29 days on Poshmark, $691. Very good, better than expected for my not high end, not high sell through stuff. And I did sell another media item on Posh, so I am going to continue putting media on there also. I'm just going to get everything on the Posh. So, $61 sold yesterday on Posh. Day before was $69. So, we're working our way up. I like it when the greens are going up, the little bars, instead of like eBay when they keep going down. So, very good there. Happy. And thank you guys more on the Vendu and such. I got 2 more Vendus this morning. Had a couple yesterday. I think my Vendu affiliates are over $300 now. So thank you guys. And if you don't know, Vendu affiliate link below, save 25% by using my affiliate link. All right. Questions and comments? Whoops, wrong one. What is today? Wednesday? Wednesday. Tomorrow I got a dentist appointment to get cleaning. Cleaning. But do got a nice variety on eBay. Adrian was out later last night, so I just told him to pull for me and I'll ship it all in the morning. So I got about 21 or so items plus a couple on Posh to send out. Hi, James. Thanks for being one of the few YouTubers that makes me feel it's not me, it's eBay. That being said, too, always keep yourself in check. We know there's eBay problems, but always, try different things. Whether that's messing with your percentage on the promoted, you're going to have to promote if you're not getting sales. If you got high sell-through rate and you don't have to promote, you are one lucky person. So don't be afraid to test the percentages, depending on what you can get away with, even if it's just for a few days. I think probably at least go 3 to 4 days because it usually takes about 24 hours or so to really get going. But don't be afraid to do that. Play with sales, play with pricing, whatever, to make sure it is not, you're doing everything you can. Like every week I'm trying different strategies with sales and with the promoted numbers and what have you. And even though we'll get 400 one day and 800 the next, when everything used to be a lot more consistent, that kind of shows the in my opinion, the issues on the website, because my sales are usually more consistent than that. But yeah, make sure that you're covering your butt, because the last thing I want is you to think it's all eBay when you may be doing something wrong. I don't want to lead you in the wrong direction by just saying, I know there's eBay problems, and and us putting 100% on eBay if we don't have ourselves 100% in check. Woke up this morning not to any sales as usual, but 3 items removed under drugs and drug paraphernalia policy. They were 40-plus-year-old vintage lolly wrappers, pieces of wax paper. This was not a Vero or any legal reason. Apparently, it is an internal eBay policy. Yeah, anything that's like, just anything drug related besides like a pot leaf hat or a pot leaf shirt, anything drug related, unless it's like a one of the promo items like a drug rep will give, simple things like that. Anything that gets more deeper into anything drug related or health related, I mean, I stay away from all that stuff. So, used to be able to sell like used breast pumps on eBay where you can't now. So there's a lot of just mucky ground on a lot of that kind of stuff, home and beauty. And so I personally stay away from it unless it's something I know 100% should be all right. And then I'll take a chance on it. But especially if you're only, going to gain like $10 out of something or $15 or something, it's not worth the risk, So, I hate to say it, but I think eBay has the same stink on it that Etsy did when it opened itself up to wholesalers. Yeah, but see, we're not in competition with wholesalers per se. We've got used products we find at thrift stores, and usually one-offs on a lot of different stuff. So I don't think we're competing with wholesalers, but I can, I guess I could see the kind of tarnishing the side, at least the stuff from China. You're not getting high quality stuff and people are just feeling kind of burnt by quote unquote eBay when it's individual sellers. So I could see that. They tarnish and dilute the marketplace so it's splintered into new marketplaces for specific buyers. Depop, Facebook, Posh. Those buyers, for the most part, think eBay is a dinosaur. eBay is scrambling to update itself, but it feels cooked. It's a bummer. Yeah, it does feel... Yeah, sinuses. It does feel like it is in the ICU. I guess that's a good way to put it. eBay does feel like it's in the ICU right now. And they've got hands all over it trying to save it. But it's not like they're trying to save it. I don't feel like. It feels like they just want to keep putting new body parts on without necessarily making them all work properly together. We're going to put an arm down here where a leg should be, and we're going to put an eye over here in the ear socket, and we'll figure it all out later. That's what it feels like to me. The listing pages are horrible, showing complacent. I think you're trying to say competitions pages. Yeah. James, I believe you can only generate one scan form per day. Really? Because there was one day I got 2. Actually, there might have been more than one day I got 2 scan forms. Let me see here. On August 28th, I got 2 scan forms that day. And I know there was another couple of days down below that I got 2 scan forms, but I don't know. But yeah, another one did not print up yesterday. So maybe that is right though. So if that's the case, I'm losing a lot of scans, from my scan forms, which my numbers dropped a little. But I think now my post office is a little bit quicker with getting the packages out of the back that I drop off and everybody else drops off and getting them scanned pretty quick, it feels like. I had a postcard taken down because they say it was counterfeit. A postcard? How can you counterfeit a postcard? Well, I guess if you use the word like Coke and it was like a vintage Coke machine in the picture, like a general store with a vintage Coke machine, you use Coke, then I could see maybe that being taken down because it's not a Coke product. It had a canceled USA postage stamp from 1942 postmarked on the back of the card. It was not counterfeit. It may have been counterfeited a long time ago. I would say, what was in your title? Did you put a name brand in the title that might have been on the, like I just explained, like the Coke situation, where it would be counterfeit Coke because it's not a Coke item, where you could list that. When I get stuff like that, I don't put the brand names up into the title or anything. Even with my dealership hats now, if I get like a dealership and it has like Ford Mercury on it, I do not use Ford Mercury in the title. I just put the name of the dealership and put dealership and then let it go from there. So. I said this before somewhere on the internet. To me, eBay lets sales go through but holds them off from notifying the seller, which is why they become in clumps. I don't think they intentionally do. I think it's part of the problems on the website that are holding it back. Like it just backs up because of a problem of an issue. And I think it has a lot to do with the whole checkout and offer issues going on. And it's all connected somehow, where sales, when somebody does get through, like somebody can't check out, they leave. Somebody can't check out, but then does finally get to check out, then it just gets queued up instead of going all the way through. I feel it's something of that nature, but of course, I don't know. And two, if that's the case, then I think that is one of the big reasons we're losing sales. And I get messages from people saying they can't check out. And what I normally do is tell them, contact eBay, let them know, and then try later today or tomorrow. Sometimes you can do it. You can eventually check out. So I think it's all connected somehow. Watched your channel for a long time. My first comment, it is crazy absurd that I am having more sales on Posh than eBay. Selling on eBay since 2010, I can't comprehend it. Yeah, it's in the ICU. eBay in the ICU. Here lately, like, I felt it yesterday when I say stuff like that. I feel so brokenhearted. I do. I feel so let down, brokenhearted, because we all have loved eBay for so long, and to see what's being done to it is just like, oh. It's like watching a slow motion car crash. You know it's coming. You see every little crunch and crinkle as it's crashing. You can't do nothing about it. And it just keeps. When does it stop? It's hurtful. It's hurtful. Feel like it's been hijacked. Feel like the eBay we know has been hijacked, and it's been hijacked and scrapped out for parts, and they're trying to fill it with new parts to get it put back together, but pieces just aren't fitting properly. At some point, you got to break it all down and start all over again from the bottom up. And I think Josh said, and he made a good point because somebody commented on one of his videos. He said, eBay is like a moving car driving 100 miles an hour while you're trying to change a tire. The website's up and going, it keeps rolling every day while they're changing out things, which causes it to slow down, back up, stop, all these issues, instead of just shutting it down for a week and doing everything and bringing it back up. They can't do that. So, but I think they would have, if they did something like that, there would have been a lot less money lost in the hands of everybody, us sellers and eBay, if it just would have got shut down for a week, totally revamped and brought back up. Of course, it probably would have took longer than a week, and then that would have been a problem. This is really motivating me to check out Posh. This eBay collapse may be the best thing to happen to us. Maybe we will make a ton more money by transitioning to other platforms. Maybe this is a good thing. And I'm going to leave it there and build off of that because, yeah, that's the way I'm kind of looking at it, especially with Posh going is better than I expected. I would like to see more of my hats move there. That's my only concerning thing right now with Posh. Before, I had decent amount of hats selling there, where now it's just few and far between, but I've only got a small few over there compared to what I got on eBay. So, but yeah, so whenever eBay does come back, if you already have your eBay item duplicated over onto Posh, then eBay comes back also. It's just going to be boom, 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 and you're going to be sitting better off with sales and everything. So, and again, that's why I chose Vendu, is because it will end an item on eBay. If it sells on Posh, it will end it on Posh if it sells on eBay. If you end and sell similar, it will break that link, and then you'll have to basically figure that out, end it on Posh, and relink it with the new listing. That's why I've been putting PM in my SKU spot so that I will know what has been ended and relisted and what have you. So, but yeah, that's what I'm hoping by cross-listing, is that when eBay does come back, it's just going to be a icing on the cake from all the other sites we've cross-posted to. So, all right, let's do some Posh. So first item on Posh is another media item. We got a Shrek CD. Ooh, excuse me. And that sold for $6. Check that. And that's what I'm hoping too with Posh come fourth quarter, is with my media, get a lot more impulse buying type of thing and stuff. So a lot more maybe items added to bundles. We will see. Next up on Posh. But I mean, I gotta say, it feels awesome to have that extra $700 I didn't have last month because of Poshmark. So, I mean, that's $700. Nine more dollars, I'll be at $700. So if I can sell one item for $9 or more within the next 2 days, then I made $700. And I mean, that's huge. I did grab a few of the bags when I was at the post office yesterday. But next up, we've got some women's Sperry's sold on Posh. And these sold for $15. I wanted to make sure that printed up priority before I put them in here, because I've had a couple, like the media just printed up ground, and I had one item before it printed up ground, so I want to make sure it was medium before putting it in. Well, these stickiness sucks. Good Lord. Skimped on the glue. I'm not using that. Let me see if this one's better. That one stunk. No, the paper's even coming off. I don't trust that. Don't trust that. That'll come apart. Crap. Crapola. All right. Onward. To eBay. Humdy, humdy, hum. I think I got everything pooled here. 23 orders. One international. 2 international. 3 international. Remove 3. Why is it not combining these two that are combined? Oh, they're going to different people. Okay. Bought by the same person, but intended as a gift, so please do not include invoice and package. So 2 different orders. Okay. That's why. All right, let's get started. Got some oddball shaped stuff here, so I had to do some creative packing a little bit. Return request. First up, we've got Rustler denim blue jeans. Bam. Les jeans. And he sold for just $10. Headed to Cincinnati, Ohio. Yeah, with this new channel, I kind of, like I said before, I've been just trying to come up with a new idea. Something that, like with this channel, I tried to find something to bring in people outside of resellers, but I wasn't, I don't know, not really having that kind of luck. I think there's a few of you guys who like watching what sold without, and then don't do any selling, but so I was trying to figure out just different ways to find a bigger demographic and do something different, even if I had to open up a separate channel. And but something where I could still use the ease of Ernest, the ease of not editing, just whatever. Also be fun. I got a mess here. So with this oddball stuff taking up space, move this stuff around a little bit. But But then also something too, maybe that, of course, I would enjoy and maybe get creative with. And then I'm sitting there yesterday thinking of the puppet going, okay, I have fun doing it. It's stupid, dumb fun, which I like. Next up, we got a Toyota hat. Sold for $12, headed to New York. So, just on a whim yesterday, I'm like, okay, we're going to make the new channel around the puppet. What's her name? And so I go, well, she's a doll. And my first thought was Dolly Parton type of thing. And then I was a doll. Ooh, Dolly's actually a perfect name for a puppet, a doll. Like, okay. So I decided to spell it different with I-E to play off of Debbie Does Dallas, like the 80s, I think it was a porn thing. So bringing like like a darker side to the puppet world. So then Dolly Does Whatever. And the whatever part just came to me as I was making that first video, if you saw that. Matt J. So now, while I'm working, if any little goofy bad jokes pop into my head, I can turn it into a quick little video and upload it and see if it ever turns into anything. Mosquito Joe hat. Sold for $12, headed to Northampton, Pennsylvania. So what I'm going to do is, like when we go on vacation, I'll take Dolly along and create skits everywhere I go with her. If I can think of something, if something funny pops up. And everything that I do is kind of just improv, so usually no more than like a minute of thought times put into creating something. So yeah, I'm just kind of doing it as like how I experiment with this channel, with seeing how fast I could grow it and stuff. So for me, it's going to be more of like, okay, how fast can I grow that channel? I think overnight it got like 10 subs overnight. See how fast I can get it to 1,000 subs. So we got a pair of Converse sneakers, sold for $17, headed to Portland, Oregon. Plus, and of course, my main thought is the creative outlet, because you've seen her on this channel where I just act goofy and stuff, but to get my head back into that goofy headspace is first and foremost. Second is, okay, how fast can I grow it, since I've got a little more leeway with that channel where I can push it to interact with current issues. Like the second video was a reaction video to Tom McDonald's song to try to benefit off of current trends. And then lastly, of course, it making money once it gets there. So kind of more of a little playful challenge, but more for a creative outlet. Because I always got stupid, goofy crap that goes through my head. So a way to get it out. Since I'm here all day and I don't have, and Jan don't always laugh at my jokes. Like a lot of times they just kind of go over her head. So we got this bush hat, sold for $12, headed to Lake Mary, Florida. Either they go over her head or she don't really pay attention to what I'm saying. But she actually cracked up yesterday with when she watched the reaction video and heard the little rap line I came up with. You'll have to watch the video for that if you didn't see it. The little rap line that Dolly said when she was watching Tom McDonald video, saying she once was a rapper. So. Oh man, more tongue-in-cheek fun, you know. Keep me back into stop taking everything. Stop taking this side of my life as serious, being that eBay don't work properly, you know, just being able to let go more, a little bit more. So Shakespeare pizza hat, headed to Columbia, Missouri, sold for $9. Put my mind in a better headspace, if you will. On top of cross-listing and doing something about it. Gotta have that little, you know, especially when you spend so many hours per day doing it, and then the website not working for you, and then you're doing it alone for the most part. Lex Baxter 45 record sold for $5, headed to Iowa. And where is my... I grabbed one. So if you guys would support that, that would be awesome of you. Of course, you don't have to. Has nothing to do with reselling yet. I don't know where it's going to go. It's going to go wherever my mind is that day, basically. What I might do today is recreate some of the shorts I did on this channel with her. And like Eating the Nerd and Falling in Love with John Cena. Just to put a couple of shorts up there and see if those will drive in more people. And then who knows what I learn over there by having more freedom to play. I might be able to utilize it on this channel to help it grow a little bit more too. So, never know. All right, next piece. Together sold for like $95. If you watched my yard sale videos early in the summer, you saw all the Hot Wheels stuff I picked up. So we got the dual curve track, and then we got some of the ramp. So both of these together sold for $95. So pretty good right there. Let's see how I want to do this. Try not to get it broken in any way. Then also, too, what I did on that channel is I tagged this channel in the description, you know, saying she got her start on this channel. So then if that channel does take off huge, with all these people who wouldn't normally watch these videos, then maybe that could drive traffic up on this channel also. So, you know, just trying something different. Let me get more of those. Why not? You only live once. Why not leave as big a footprint as you can when it comes to expression and creativity, you know? I hope some of it's funny and helps people laugh. You know, that would be nice. The first comment I got on the channel was, please don't do this again, you loser. And I'm like, yes. Because I expected to do stuff. I mean, I hope to ruffle feathers with it when it gets deeper into the channel, doing things that are a little bit more unusual for a puppet, you know, what saying stuff, you know, whether that's, you know, subject matter or, which I kind of threw in a couple of the first videos, and just going, and I marked it as not for kids. So that'll give you a kind of a clue on where I want to go with it. Just to not have any limits to have fun with it. $16 by $13 by $10. And then the second comment was perfect. It said, "This is terrible. I love it. Subscribed." And I'm like, that's exactly what I'm going for. Next up, we've got Eric B. and Rakim cassette tape. Sold for $6. Man. Stuff's draining. Headed to New Jersey. In the slick black Giro pack. Thank you guys for the Giro packs yesterday who bought some. Affiliate link below. Cheapest bubble mailers and poly bags online. Use my code at checkout with my affiliate link, Urban Picker. Save 10%. Man. Killing me here. All right, Bert B. Next up, we've got 5 of my Jordan shoe displays that go into slot walls. Went ahead and just took an offer for $15 a piece on them. So got $75 here. That won't fit in here. Let me get another box. might wab it. It might. Yes, I just need to wrap it all up. All right. Plus, hopefully, as I'm doing that channel, I'll get better at doing it. And it could actually turn into something funny. Not just stupid funny. Just hit you. $3.13. $75 headed to Huntersville, North Carolina. Oh wow, only $8.50 for that. All right, Jason H. I was hoping my cassette guy would come back this week and buy more of those cassette tapes. Next up, we've got Fat Tire Bike Shop hat. That's sold for $6.50. Headed to Statesville, North Carolina. Perfect. Michael B. Joe Bidell. Bidewell. Cassette tape. Sold for $11. Headed to California. Charles W. Next up, we've got some women's penny loafers, Bass brand. Sold for $15. Headed to Seattle, Washington. $1.3. And ground. Did the other one come back as ground? Let me make sure. Yes. That one came up as priority, but they didn't pay for priority. All right. Kathy. Next up, we've got the Walking Dead figure pack toy. That sold for $10.40. Headed to Gilbert, Arizona. This was an item that I picked up when I was doing the closeout clearance stuff at the FYE store. something that wasn't worth much when I bought it. But, so it went into storage. Piling up here. Next up, we've got Cancun hat. That sold for $12. Had to staying in the area, going over to St. Anne. Is that right? Perfect. Hussam. Let's start there. Next up, we've got a Nashville Predators Yossi shirt. So far, $11.60, headed to Pennsylvania. It's going to be weird seeing Ryan O'Reilly in a Predators uniform. Going to be weird. It's kind of disappointing the way the Blues season's going to start out. It's looking like that we may be the same as we were last year, if not a little bit worse. Hoping that we will be a little bit better. But that just means I don't have to sit down and watch hockey too much. I can just put it on my TV in my room, since it won't be that intense, I don't feel. We'll see, though. Next up, Pokemon hat sold for $29. Headed to Travis Air Force Base in California. Perfect. Saskia. Cool name. Next up, we've got CD Gadget White Band. Sold for $4.30, headed to Pennsylvania. For and probably ground. Gary, yes. Two more for the US eBay. We've got a Vineyard Vines 2020 t-shirt. Sold for $10, headed to Maryland. Wayland, Maryland. Kristen. And last on the US, we've got a letter from Death Row on VHS tape. This is Bret Michaels, lead singer of Poison, his video or his movie he put together with the Sheens. I believe it was with the Sheens. Written and co-directed by Bret Michaels. Oh, maybe this one ain't. Charlie Sheen's just in it. Maybe it was another one. I thought he did something with the Sheens. Starring Martin Sheen and Charlie Sheen. Okay. Anyway, headed to Salem, Virginia. Sold for $8. I don't remember it being a very good movie. To Perry. All right. Confirm and pay. It's going to take a little bit longer, I guess, because there's more. All right, print the labels. Let it go. It's maybe my longest one yet, huh? Biggity bam. Perry. Oh, Perry. Kristen. Gary. Right. Saskia. Casey. Hassoon. John. And I think that's the most disheartening thing about eBay not working properly, is the love of doing this, man. I mean, it's just, how great is just being able to work on your own timetable from home. You don't have to fight traffic or coworkers you don't like or bosses you don't like. That's why it's so disheartening and hurtful with what's going on with eBay. It's because the love of it. Bert B. Like, if anything ever happened and I had to go get a real job, I'd get some kind of driving job. Just so I'm out on my own all day, you know? I can just turn up the music, be in my own little headspace, driving. Hopefully not in traffic. Do long distance driving. Matthew International. Print up the scan form. So I wonder if I should just start saving this scan form for later and take it in tomorrow, so that I can get the night ones on the same scan form. Just in case, if that is the case where you can only really do one a day. Pirate ship. Have we even had a sale during this past hour? I don't think so. I think we had the one I took an offer on. Yeah, that was it. That stinks. All right, I got a Dr. Lucille DVD headed to the UK. Sold for $4.30. This was a screener version. Not to intend to sell, which means there might be some wording going across the bottom of the screen when you're watching it. Promoting the movie, basically. Whatever. So I put screener in the title, so hopefully they know what they're getting. $4.30. Oh, man. Whoops. Next up, we've got a long box CD. And it's so headed to the UK, sold for $13. All right. 13. That's right. Humdy humdy hum. And a bottle of rum. And one more left. Little Traverse Yacht Club. Headed to Norway. So yeah, if you guys don't mind, clicking Little Dolly, or not Little Dolly, but Dolly Does Whatever, link below. And subscribe. Even if you don't watch the videos, at least help me with the subscribe count or something, maybe. Even if it's, you don't have time for it or whatever, I understand that. But if you could, maybe help subscribe and get the subscribe count up, I'd appreciate that. We all like stuff every day that we support, but we don't fully, engage with, which I understand. There's only so many hours in the day, so. So even just a nice little thumbs up, even if you don't turn on the notifications, I get it. I really do. So $14.99 was that hat sold for. $14.99. Headed to Norway. And they wanted a number. At least with this generated AI on the Google, when I put in for the harmonization code for hat, it brings up a lot more and breaks it down. So it's got different ones for different hats and other headgear that are knitted or crocheted, made from lace, fur, felt, or wool. That's the number I've always used, but that's not what fits these. Hats or headgear that are knitted has got a different number. Hats or headgear that are knitted made of cotton other than for babies. I mean, who has time to make up all this? Another number for 5-panel hats. Another number for polyester hats. Dude, I don't know what kind of hat it is. I would guess it would be like a cotton hat. Well, at least that breaks that down a little bit more. I'll use the one that says made of cotton, I guess. That's the most common hat, I would think, would be cotton hat. But that's weird that you'd have to break it down to so many. Well, they really want control over everything, don't they? Crazy. There's literally no secrets in the world today. Like when you were young, you could not really get away with things per se. Well, you could, but just you could do a lot more without everybody knowing. But I've never been a secretive person anyway, so it doesn't matter from my standpoint, but I understand from a freedom standpoint. But even though Norway is probably a whole different animal, and Germany and all that. So anyway, and that's their thing, and I don't live there, so my opinion does not matter. End of day. So that's only 3 international since yesterday morning, and that was the 3 right there. So that kind of stunk. Well, I don't think today is going to pan out too good. Again, we haven't heard nothing except one offer I took. So we're at 93.50 and we're still at 93.50. Bummer. I need to concentrate more on cross-listing today. I got so much to list though. No, just stay in your regular routine, James. Stay in your regular routine. eBay will come back one day, and you'll be ready for it. All right. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Thanks for all the support, all the likes and subs and subscribes and all the good stuff. And I will see you all in the next video. Later.